Hello everyone. Today we'll be starting Skyblock on datblock.com. We got our starter island over here, and we got our cow, got our tree, and we'll pretty much get started with the only way to start a skyblock, and that's just be chopping wood. And then with the oak wood, we made some slabs, and we kind of just made a little ring right around our starter island just to give us a little bit more space. But hopefully we'll be expanding this, or we'll definitely be expanding this later on. We got our ring all the way around the island, or with the amount of oak slabs we had. We missed a few because we just ran out of wood, so we got planting. Um, and then so I did play on the server about a year or two ago, and I made a couple videos, but I wanted to restart and see if I could make this a little bit better than before. Um, and then I did have a little bit of money left over when I reset the island, so I kind of just kept it. It's only, like $900. But it's not much, so I didn't really care to get rid of it, and I'll save what I have and hopefully make some more. And then we're gonna start getting ourselves an infinite water source, as well as getting a cobble generator together. After we get our cobble generator together, we started just grinding out, getting a couple stacks of cobblestone, and then I ended up getting a stack and putting that in the furnace. That way we can just have another block to work with, make this island look a little bit better with our starting resources that we have. From my old island, I also ended up having a bunch of the quest scrolls, and so I brought them over. But I mean, it's not like I can do a whole lot with them now because most of them are just enchanting or killing skeletons and stuff like that. After we gathered some more cobblestone, we just used our bone meal we had, and then started gathering some seeds, just because while we had all this grass in the area before, I wanted to make use of it before we got rid of all the grass. And then we're not going to use the seeds just yet because we just don't have a whole lot of space. But pretty soon, probably in the next episode, we'll end up making a wheat farm and some other farms. Just gathering some more cobblestone. Using one of the golden keys that I had from the other island, I went and spent it just to see what we can get from it. You can get some pretty good loot out of here, but I wasn't exactly excited with what I ended up getting. But we got a elite enchantment book, which at first I didn't really know what to do with it. But then I saw that on there was something called Undead Rise 8, which apparently just causes zombie hordes to spawn when someone hits you. Now it probably is fairly good, but not too sure how useful that will be for us. Getting back to doing some work over here, we laid out our area that we're going to start expanding to. We're just going up a few blocks with the stone bricks, just to add a little bit of elevation difference, and then just making another little bit larger ring around the area. But unfortunately, I miscounted and went 4 blocks away from each side instead of 3 blocks, and so I had to kind of tear down the entire ring and then rebuild it. Now, after tearing things down for a while and rebuilding them and tearing them down and rebuilding them, we finally got everything together, but we started to get spruce. So then I ended up just going to the shop and buying a couple spruce saplings just because, I mean, they're very cheap to get. So we'll start out here and then just grind the way to getting a bunch of spruce so we can make our spruce slabs to give us a different floor than this oak wood. As I was getting spruce and just working on the little ring, there was a piñata party from there being enough votes. So we went over here and started hitting this, although I think there's a little bit of lag, maybe too many people trying to do the same thing. But eventually we got a little bit of stuff out of it. So after we finished, we ended up getting the golden quest scroll. And after right-clicking it, we have to harvest 58 potatoes. So I think our next thing is when we get back to the island is just to start getting some potatoes planted. So we went back to our island and then just went on the shop, and we just ended up buying about half a stack of potatoes. I mean, we might not get 58 on our first harvest, but we'll get 58 pretty much in no time, since you get multiple potatoes per harvest anyway. But in order to get our potatoes planted, we need to get some more dirt. And instead of buying some, I mean, obviously I could have, because I'm sure dirt is cheap, or it's dirt cheap at least. We just ended up building a small little platform underneath our island, and just digging out some of the dirt that we had around here, just to make use of it and get rid of it, because it's all going to be gone at some point anyway. Then I made these little side platform type things, and that's where we're gonna plant our potatoes at. I put this on the side of our garden, or on the side of our walkway actually. I mean, and this way it'll just add a little bit of color to our island, and then as well as give us a little nice place to plant our potatoes at. And then we, copied it to the other side, and then we're just gonna start planting our potatoes. Now you notice the little space in between the blocks. I totally forgot that it does that. So I think later on we're gonna have to go underneath our island and try and fix that. And as you can see, Moo wasn't giving us too much help with planting either. Just trying to trample our crops. After we got our potatoes planted, we're just gonna go back to getting our ring back in our platform, just to fill it out. And on this first platform, I think we're going to end up making just a very small starter house, really just to move my chest and the crafting table back inside. And so getting started on our house, all we did was really just put a couple spruce wood pillars in each of the corners. And then for the walls, I didn't really know what to do. I didn't want to do spruce wood for the walls exactly, because everything else is spruce wood. And we didn't really have a whole lot of oak either. So what I ended up doing was I did use some of the spruce wood and just made some trapdoors, and then use those trapdoors in the front and the back walls, and using those as the walls. And I really like the way they look, and it's a good use of them too. And then for the other side walls, we ended up using not the cobblestone walls, the stone brick walls. There we go. I'm going to be using the stone brick walls, and because they're thinner as well than just using regular stone bricks, so I like it a little bit better. For the roof, we just did a nice simple just slab roof, just going up half a block each time, and it's nothing all that crazy, but for our very first little structure on this island, it'll work. It'll work for what we needed to do. So, it seems Moo fell in lava, which honestly, I was expecting this to happen a whole lot sooner. But, free meat. And then our house, it's pretty much complete. There really isn't a whole lot to it, like I said, just the spruce trapdoors for the walls, and then the stone brick walls for the other walls. Now, the good thing is that the chests don't actually connect to the walls, but the what's it called? The furnaces do, as well as the crafting tables. So I can just put those on the back walls against the spruce trap doors, and then put the chests on the actual walls. And then after we got our chests and everything in here, then we just basically started throwing all our building supplies in here, and then moving all of our golden scrolls from outside to in here, as well as our beginning supplies that we still need to end up using. So, I mean, we really didn't do anything too crazy for our first episode, but I think we got some stuff done. And now the Skyblock series, it's not going to be anything too technical. We're not going to do any fancy, super and crazy efficient farms. We're just going to play it and just have fun with it. And so, hope y'all enjoyed. Please let me know if y'all like how this video went, and if y'all like the style, and I'll make sure to keep doing more. Thank y'all. See y'all in the next one.